This evening, we have three proclamations. They're all really important, so I feel a need to do each of these. The first is for Administrative Professionals Day. Whereas National Secretaries Week was organized in 1952 by the U.S. Department of Commerce and various office supply manufacturers, and whereas due to changes in job titles and expanding responsibilities of the administrative workforce, the Wednesday of the last full week of April was named Administrative Professionals Day in 2000. And whereas administrative professionals are integral parts of a team-oriented work environment and serve as public relations ambassadors for their organizations. And whereas administrative professionals serve as information hubs, managing and cataloging information, organizing the office space, and mastering office technology. And whereas administrative professionals are employed in public and private sectors, including business, government, and academic settings. And whereas Administrative Professionals Day is sponsored by the International Association of Administrative Professionals and is celebrated worldwide. And whereas that organization's vision is to inspire and equip all administrative professionals to attain excellence. And whereas the occasion brings colleagues and community members together for various seminars, corporate activities, and an array of recognition activities, now therefore I, Nancy Cheney, Mayor for the City of Moscow, do hereby proclaim April 24th, 2013 to be Administrative Professionals Day in the City of Moscow, and I urge everyone to thank administrative professionals for providing beneficial services to our workplaces and our community. I'll see that all city users receive a copy of this proclamation in an email of appreciation in this next week, and also send a copy to our Chamber of Commerce and anybody else we can think of. But as you recognize people who may be serving in that capacity in the places you frequent, as businesses you may attend or academic settings, please say thank you. It's an opportunity for us to recognize good work being done all around us. Next, I'm going to reverse the order of the listing here of these proclamations and read to you the Bike Month proclamation. Whereas bicycling has been an affordable, environmentally sound mode of transportation, excellent form of exercise, and fun recreation since the first pedal-propelled bicycle appeared in the 1860s, and whereas 77% of commuters in China bicycle to work, compared to 50% in the Netherlands, 15% in Japan, and just 1.6% in the United States. And whereas 9% of Moscow residents choose bicycles for their longest commutes, and 41% of adults here use bicycles for at least part of their commuting. And whereas local government is committed to educating motorists and cyclists about vehicle operation to reduce accidents, injuries, and fatalities. And whereas bicycling contributes to retail sales, tourism dollars, and planning, infrastructure, and policies to support community livability. And whereas bicycling reduces heart disease, obesity, diabetes, and hypertension, and improves mental health and cardiovascular fitness. And whereas Moscow supports the objectives of Let's Move, Safe Routes to School, Complete Streets, Fill the Racks, the Officer Lee Newbill Kids Safety Fair, and more. And whereas Moscow's Bike for Life Committee, let's hear it, with representatives from healthcare, government, education, families, business, and environmental interests, has coordinated a variety of very cool cycling activities around Moscow this spring and listed them on the Bike for Life website. And whereas our region is gaining favorable recognition for bicycle-friendly accommodations, including Moscow's new intermodal transit center, more convenient and functional bike racks, and a growing network of bicycle pedestrian trails. And whereas National Bike Month began in 1956, now therefore I, Nancy Cheney, Mayor for the City of Moscow, do hereby proclaim May 2013 to be Bike Month in Moscow, and I encourage everyone who can to cycle to work, school, shopping, and errands, or simply for pleasure, to improve health and find refreshment and invigoration, to lessen adverse impacts on climate, and to reduce transportation costs. I know we have some representatives from the Bike for Life Bike Month Committee here, and I would invite them to come up and receive a copy of this proclamation and to maybe say a couple words if either Jen or Karen wants to volunteer as a representative, and we'll get some photos.
Jen told me she'd be happy to speak.
Did she? Kathy? Kathleen, come on up here. Any of the other cyclists here? Nancy Nelson is here.
She is. I know.
That's right. TJ. Okay, I was going to wear my helmet, but I catch heat for bad
We
hair.
have a bike pin for you.
Oh, yay! I need a bright pink one. Thank you. Oh.
Yeah, they're kind of like those little
So I've
multi-chain
been.
things.
People who know me know that I've been bugging them for one of these for about, I don't know, 3 years.
Well, we've ordered 1,000 of them this year.
Oh, perfect. They're
Oh, well, thank you.
proclamations.
Thank you so much.
And we'll get a
Thank you.
picture, and
Okay.
then, let's see, Kathleen, can you want to cuddle up a little bit? And we'll,
Nancy, can I get you to move sideways a little bit? Your reflective tape is really...
Way too safe tonight.
Being safe.
You look like you've got a star in your midsection.
Somebody come and talk. I know TJ's going to be talking to the Chamber of Commerce here in a couple days, but Jen, are you the spokesperson?
Sure.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks
Yeah.
for being here. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Honorable Mayor. We really appreciate this opportunity to promote cycling, especially because we feel it's so important for health and enjoyment and, of course, many other benefits as well. So we have a lot of exciting events. Some of the ones, you're going to be familiar with every year, such as Bike Fest, happening on May 4th. And we've got Fill the Racks again happening, as well as Bike to Work Day, which is now going to be in front of Myelina's. And we're going to have a full moon bike ride this year. That's going to be, we haven't done that for a while. We're also going to be at the Safety Fair on June 1st. And one new project, which is kind of exciting, it's the bicycle yarn bombing exhibit. It sounds a lot more illegal than it is. It's actually just going to be knitters like myself and others in the community covering bicycle helmets and bikes and parts with crocheting and knitting and putting them on display at the Yarn Underground for Art Walk. So that's going to be our fun, creative event for this year. So with your permission, I would love to present everyone on City Council with some bike pins. And I do have also some brochure or little flyers with the events that are coming up. And yes, I know there's some typos, and those will be fixed in the next round.
Jen, thank you, and everybody here who's supporting cycling on the Palouse, whether you're a cyclist yourself or you have family members who are involved. If you come out on Fill the Racks Day for our little tykes going to school, or whatever it might be. I have one, but I might have to get another color for some other outfit. Thank
These
you.
glow in the dark?
And did you clarify, Jen, that you're not going to just do yarn bombing on anybody's bike who happens to be parked downtown? You're going to with permission. Yeah.
So, for example, in cooperation with Paradise Creek Bicycles and Fullett, and so people who are interested in covering. People who are interested in covering a bike with yarn or crocheting or knitting can go to any of the bike shops and see if they have any parts that could be done. So yes, do not do this without permission.
It takes a long time.
Looks like we might have some of those for audience members too, and maybe staff who commit to riding their bikes to work. All right, I like it.
Thank you.
That's great. While Jen's handing those out, I might just mention that Councilmember Lamar and I just came back from an environmental conference in Mexico, and his presentation was on bicycling and bicycle amenities to support cycling in communities. Very well received presentation, so good timing, Tom.
Yeah, thanks. That was good.
Great. The next proclamation this evening is for Earth Week. Whereas Earth is a closed system that generations of inhabitants change for good or ill, that we share with contemporaries everywhere and leave to those who survive us. And whereas Earth Day is celebrated around the globe as a reminder of our individual and collective responsibility to care for this precious and vulnerable planet. And whereas the first Earth Day was celebrated in 1970. And whereas the theme for this year's event is the face of climate change, and whereas human activities contribute to greenhouse gas emissions, global climate variability, the melting of glaciers and polar ice, thawing of permafrost, rising sea levels, changing ecosystems, and diminished biodiversity, and whereas environmental health affects life, social structures, food production, disease, and economies around the world, and whereas we can do our parts individually and affect significant differences collectively by making conscious and responsible purchasing decisions, reducing waste, using less water, protecting water quality, improving building efficiency, employing renewable energy, favoring compact development, using public transit or non-motorized modes of transportation, planting trees and native vegetation, educating ourselves and others about the environment, cleaning up litter, saying no to plastic bags, and more. And whereas Moscow's usual impressive number and variety of commemorative activities have expanded Earth Day to Earth Week to this year's 16-day Earth Fest, planned by students and the Sustainability Center at the University of Idaho. Now, therefore, I, Nancy Cheney, Mayor for the City of Moscow, Idaho, do hereby proclaim April 21st through 27th, 2013 as Earth Week in the City of Moscow, and I urge citizens to reflect on Earth's tender gifts, to plant trees and flowers, clean the environment, and take part in other activities to celebrate the quality of life that we enjoy and the natural resources that are necessary to support it now and in the future. Are there any members of our Sustainable Environment Commission here? I see Chair Andy Boyd back there. Andy, would you like to come up and receive the proclamation, and then we'll issue some Earth Day awards after that. Any other members of Sustainable Environment? You're welcome to come up, too.
Solo effort tonight, I guess.
What's that?
Solo effort tonight.
Solo effort. Okay, get that. Recyclable content in that paper. I want you to know that. All right. Congratulations, and say a couple words. Yeah. So Andy and I are accustomed to posing for the Zero Waste event as we have our city employee picnics each summer, and I think we made it. You know, we have a little thing of compost or something at the end, but pretty good. So, want to say something about your commission? Yeah.
Well, as you already know, the Sustainable Environment Commission is one of the many commissions for the city of Moscow that has more commissions than most cities do, which is a good thing. It gets the public involved. We're always excited for Earth Day coming around. There's certainly a lot of worthy people in town and our community at large that are deserving of such awards, and so unfortunately not everybody that received an award was able to make it tonight, but they were all very pleased to learn of their nomination and subsequent winning of the award. So thank you, and if you're interested, the Sustainable Environment Commission has 3 open seats recently due to one of our members having to move suddenly and another becoming the City of Moscow Sustainability Intern. So if you're interested, come see me.
Oh, it's recruiting. Good for you, Andy.